quick turn here, sport on the suspension. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Nice, so nice. Very nice. Come on. Listen to that. Hello guys, how are you? Today is the last episode of this Alfa 164 V6 Turbo, the famous Busso engine. This car has about 7 videos on my channel. I repaired the injectors of the car, the timing was bad, the fuel flap door was not working, the speedo did not work. Now it works perfectly. The ABS system had several problems and it is working correctly. The clutch pedal was very hard and very strange working, and it is now working perfectly. The brakes, that's cool. The brakes were awful and now they are working perfectly too. About the suspension, I did not record any videos for that. What I did was just to replace all 4 coil springs with proper lowering springs, high quality ones, and now the car drives like a dream. It really does. It drives like it is not lowered, but it has the feeling and the driving of a lowered car. As it was before, riding constantly on bump stops, it was really difficult to predict the driving of the car. The suspension did not have any travel and it was really difficult to predict the movements of the car. Now I just have to do here an adjustment on the steering wheel because it is still pulling to the left, and I can do this adjustment on the road, and I can explain you this in a moment very quickly, but we have to have some insight on alignments, okay? If I'm planning to do a video just for alignment, but I will need an alignment lift and system, but for now I'll give you a tip or two for aligning the car before going to the alignment shop, okay? On this video too, or previous to the recording of this video, I was also replacing the headlights of this car. They are not difficult to remove at all, just 4 screws on each of the headlamps. And the headlamps that I had to fit on this car, the plugs, the wiring was different because someone cut it to modify it. And I thought, well, I have to resolder the original proper wiring for this model, but the wires have a lot of corrosion, so I don't want to do that. What I eventually did was to replace the entire wiring loom inside of the headlights and replace it to these almost new headlights that I have now. So that was really a good intervention. I think it's better this way, because in this way I don't have any more soldering to do, any more wires that are prone to breaking and water entering on the soldering and whatnot. The first thing that I thought of doing was to explain you how to find the wires that do the function of the presence light, of the high beam, low beam, the blinker and so on and whatnot, but that we'll have to do for another video, okay? It is very rare that you have to do that, normally only on work cars, for example, that you have to adapt certain tail lights, for example, but I think that is not relevant for our area, but nonetheless it is interesting. Just one more thing to do on this car on camera. It is a very special thing, and that noise, I have to take care of that. A very special thing that I want to do on this car, the owner wants to do on this car, is to modify the steering wheel. And for that I have to at least put the steering wheel pointing on the correct way, so I can have the new steering wheel also pointing on the correct way, and then going to the alignment shop to do the alignment front and back, okay? Being a lowered car, the specific alignment for the car, it will not be the factory one, of course, because the angles are now totally different. The camber is higher. So for now I'll do 0 on the front and 0, 15 on the back. That is in degrees, okay? Closed on the back and on the front neutral, okay? Now I can tell you that the speed of this thing is really impressive. Now I have the confidence on the suspension and on the brakes and on the steering that the car, wow, this thing really moves. And now the speed is working, the speedo, that is fast. So it is really interesting that the car is going really fast, but I cannot feel it in the way that is dangerous, but I have confidence on the car and on the speed. That tells me that this configuration of the suspension with these springs and these dampeners, and I have the sport suspension working beautifully. Now I can feel it more firm on the suspension. I'm sure you can feel it on the camera too. Much more firm. The road is the same. This is a long straight road. It is the same, and I'm sure you can feel it on the road and on the camera. More firm. Not as firm as it was with no suspension. Make no mistake, it is really more sporty. This is awesome. Really, really. My God. Now I have the confidence to pull this thing as it should. Jesus Christ. The gearbox is really nice. It's really long gears. Really good to pull this thing. I suppose not all the way to 60 kilometers an hour. I don't think so, but I don't want to try either because this is not my car, okay? Wow. Now in auto, the suspension, and entering here beach area, no speeds, and really, really, really nice. Okay, so here on the steering, you have to understand a bit about alignments, but this is the thing. On this car and most of the cars, you can only align if you see the car, the wheels from above. You can only align convergence or divergence. This is the way that the car goes. Viewing from the top, you can only see convergence or divergence. This is neutral, convergence and divergent. If you have one wheel that is opposing the other one, that is the wheel that will send the car to one way. This wheel will not command anything. So what the car wants to do is to find, once it is on the road, a neutral position between the two wheels. So this wheel is pulling the car to the, so if you look at above, it is pulling the car to the left, to the right, from your point of view, but the wheels want to go straight, so the car will go straight, but the steering wheel now is crooked. So what you have to do while you are going straight, I have no hands on the steering wheel and the car is going almost straight, almost. Let's go to that in a bit. And the steering wheel is to the left. If I hold the steering wheel centered, the car wants to go a little bit to the right. So if it is pulling to the right, it appears to be to the left, okay? But if I hold it straight, it goes to the right, which means the left wheel is pulling the car to the right. What I have to do is to open the left wheel a bit in the direction of travel, okay? Open it a bit, and I'm just talking about quarter turns at a time. So I will exit the car, turn the steering wheel with car stopped, I break loose the 22 or 21 retaining nut, and I squeeze a quarter turn to open the wheel just a little bit, and then try again. At this point, the car now has a different behavior, and I already did that, and the car is almost perfect. Okay, what I did was just to do one quarter turn to open just a bit the left wheel, open into relation to the driving way, and I can see that the steering wheel is straight. and also the car is not pulling to the left or the right, which means forward. And I can feel here on the turns, perfect, perfect, oh my god. I can feel on the twists and turns that I do not have excessive toe in or toe out. The convergence or divergence, toe in or toe out, okay? Quick turn here, sport on the suspension. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Nice, so nice. Very nice. Come on. I have to do this road more often. It's great. It's a great road. Listen to that. I also have to do this because the catalytic converter is full with non-burn fuel because of the car, the engine being out of timing. Now it has to burn a bit. Try to close here the sunroof. Before I go to the technical inspection, I have to pull on it really hard. Oh, what a shame. Lots of speed. Perfect. Really perfect. Come on. And on this note, that is it, guys. Goodbye, my friend. It's been a good a few months. 7 videos with you. I like it very much. Oh, you want it? Oh, yeah, yeah. So do you. Oh my god, the gasoline is so expensive now, but it's totally worth it. No overheating, oil pressure okay, voltage okay. The gasoline now is not so bad because I do not have any leaks on the injectors like I had previously. The smell inside of the car is nice, perfect, no gasoline smells. I'm sorry about the speed and the noise of the wind, but I cannot help it. This accelerator pedal is pulling on me. Again. Bad shift, sorry. Yeah! So nice! Oh my god, the steering is spot on! This has to do with lots of years of experience with alignments on cars. If I have too much toe out or in on the steering, I can notice the behavior of the body of the car being weird. If I have too much toe out, the car is almost like on top of a bowling ball. If it is too in, the rear of the car wants to go out like crazy. If it is at zero, it's just perfect.